Good afternoon from Europe. Good morning, good evening, guys, wherever you are. Piotr here, this Liteforex Global YouTube channel, 9th of March 2021. We are approaching the New York FX Open very soon. But let's check what has happened overnight during the Asian hours and at the beginning of the European session. Well, that's the dollar yen chart, and as you can see here, market is testing supply level around 109.20, 109.50, 109.90. all right. I've mentioned few levels. 109.50 is the mid of that range, of course, but 110 psychological level, and the latest rising US yields yesterday at the close 159, helping very well here. Some kind of the rejection. Now, why we have this type of the rejection? Of course, the number one thing is supply zone here, but also the yen bulls got the support from the Japanese data, right? Overnight average cash earnings better than what market was expecting. Final GDP price index also higher. Final GDP quarter to quarter just shy of what market was expecting. The only scratch here is household spending, very weak household spending, but overall Japanese data was okay. So what now when it comes to the Japanese yen? Well, I think Friday high 108.60, the levels we are testing right now. Okay, let me place the line here. That's the first level of support. All right, that's, if you are so aggressive, that might be level to watch. When it comes to the lower levels, I think this bottom of that breakout candle over here, all right, 107 is gonna be related to that breakout. Okay, to this break out of that zone is going to be much more important, and then of course levels close to 105.80 upside the whole green zone as a supply. So let's switch a little bit lower. Let's switch to the hourly chart on the dollar yen. All right, there you go. What we have here? Well, from the bulls perspective, everything was fine as long as we were above the two trend lines, right? Faster, a little bit slower. Now we have the breakdown through the line, all right, and as you can see here, 4 hours ago, when there was a break to the downside, we've seen the retest and another rejection. All right, now Friday consolidation here is giving us some kind of the little bit of the support around 108.40. Let's have a look what we have when it comes to the equal moves, right? So let's make the measure. Okay, so if we are going to continue from here, how low can we go? Even a little bit lower towards 108.25. Here we do have some kind of the over under and finishing the business when it comes to the swing low. So overall current level 108.40, 108.45 plus levels close to 108.15 and the psychological level, that's where I see the possible demand. When it comes to the supply, the levels been tested overnight, levels close to 109 as a supply when it comes to the dollar yen. All right, so that's the dollar yen. Let's have a look what we have on the cable. We have overall dollar weakness going on at the beginning of the European session. When it comes to the cable, we are staying above the weekly open blue dashed line, right? But we are within the broken demand zone. So that's the demand, because from here we went higher, we made higher high. Been broken last Friday, all right? Lower shadow, gap down and close yesterday below. We're trying to push higher. I'm very curious what's going to happen over the course of the day, where we are going to finish, where we are going to be at the end of the day. Now, how high can we go? Well, that's quite a good question, right? Let's have a look what we've seen after the first wave to the downside, this type of the correction. And let's have a look how high can we go. Yeah, 39.50 could be the name of the game. That's the number one level, right? Let's place the green line over here. And there is a one more thing here, guys. There is a one more thing, 1 second. All right, I'm talking about the possible swing high, and let me show you exactly where it is here. So let's place another green line a little bit higher towards 140 psychological level. Cannot be ruled out that we are going to test it, right? So in that case, from the daily chart perspective on the cable, right, I see supply around 39.40.50 and then again around psychological level 140. What about the demand? Well, we're trying to hold this swing low from here, all right? Been tested on Friday. We are staying above the weekly open right now, so levels around 38 as the first possible demand. If we are going to break through that level, if you are a bear, right, this consolidation over here and 50% of that as a next possible target, in that case 36.70, that's how I see the things when it comes to the cable. So let's switch lower to the 1 hour chart. Okay, there you go. We are trying to move out of that latest move from Friday consolidation yesterday. All right, if that's going to happen, so then we might double the range, right? So that's the initial range. That's the initial range, all right? And if you are going to double that range, right, we might test 140. Okay, that's quite significant. In the meantime, there is a small range and half of that 39.40 as discussed. So that's the cable. And finally, Nasdaq. Very interesting situation based on the daily chart. We've seen on Friday profit taking ahead of the weekend, right, with the lower shadow. So there was a possibility that swing low might be created. Yesterday, from the very beginning, we've seen sell-off, and yes, we created that swing low. So this level hold it. So congratulations if you were trading the Nasdaq to the upside towards the end of the session yesterday. Now what? All right, equal moves, and we might see higher level where towards 12,840, right? We might retest the broken demand level. What I'm talking about? Yes, that's what I'm talking about, right? Tested, upside, big breakdown, and now it could be retest from the downside. So when it comes to the Nasdaq, this latest weakness over here, right, hold as a support. We have a bounce. The bounce might be bigger, so don't be trapped, but I'm looking for selling opportunity above 12,840. The buyers around 12,400, 12,300. If we are going to break through, as you can see, we have 11,600. So guys, it was my pleasure to make the update for you. Be careful, don't be trapped. See you around, take care, and goodbye.